Hi guys, this is day 5 of doing monk mode for 100 days, and what are my achievements for today, you can ask me, and I'm gonna make this for the preview. I ran 10 kilometers. I don't know, maybe that's mirrored. I hope you're gonna see that, but this is like 10 kilometers that I ran today. So the goal number 3 of the week is nailed. I set several goals for this week, for the first week of the monk mode. First one is financial, second one is about subscribers on the Instagram, and the third one is about sport and running 10k, and also start to learn how to do a pull-up, which I also did. I took 2 trainings oriented on that, and that was pretty hard, and my muscles on the arms are even more sore rather than the whole body after this 10k run. But okay, I am glad that I did that and I nailed that. Today in the morning when I woke up, I felt pretty anxious. Like, it's day 5 and I haven't yet like nailed any of the goals yet. Financial goal is 70% set. Subscribers is like 0% accomplished, and I don't think that I can accomplish that just because we are cleaning up our subscribers right now. First things first, and only then we'll be able to gain more. So it's a bit sad, but well, we are getting somewhere and we have some progress. So I was sad because no goals were achieved, and I was also anxious because like 10k, I never did that. I did only 5k several times, and that went pretty okay and comfortable. But I know that if you are 70% ready, it's fine. If you're 100% ready, you're late. But if you are 50% ready, I'm like, am I gonna make it? I'm gonna survive till the end of the run. And I woke up pretty late. So right now you can see that the sun is killing me, and it was killing me during the run today. I went like at 11 a.m. or something. It's so late because I wouldn't get ready for so long while packing the snacks or the water, like, and understanding how much water do I need and what would be the trail, etc. So it took me a lot of time. And I went out and it was super hot and it was sometimes super boring. But the conclusion is I am proud of doing this hard thing, and now I can flex that a little bit with the people around me. Now the conclusion, I would not do that again. Not because it is that hard, because it is not practical. The goal of this monk mode is to rebuild the agency and get the agency stable, right? Get stable clients texting us, get stable income, build wealth. And my physique is like secondary goal. And also physique doesn't come from running 10k. It can come from shorter, smaller runs that are easier, that still let me have some energy at the end of the day and not consume all of my energy and not get me exhausted during the day, and do not take several hours out of my day. Obviously I ran for like an hour and 18 minutes, but the preparation time would take you hour and a half, and then recovery time would take you that time, and maybe you're gonna take breaks, etc. So that's not really productive, and I would not suggest you do that if your value is productivity and building the agency. So that's not the business, that's not the insights, but that's a hard thing, and I'm gonna start my insights right here. I believe that self-respect is doing hard things. You really, sometimes when I make a decision in the agency, in life, it doesn't matter, I ask myself, would I respect the person who would make this decision? Or like, you can have examples, real examples in your life. I would just like refer to myself. Would I respect myself after that? And when I'm doing these hard things, I respect myself more, honestly. And I'm not even ashamed of like flexing that. That's really nice to flex. That's really, like, I'm happy for myself because I was pretty anxious. I was really worried whether I'm gonna run that, whether I'm gonna make that. And now I did, and I know that I can. My mind is more limited than my body. It comes out like that. Insight number 2. If you are 70% ready, take the action. If you are 100% ready, you've missed the chance. So this comes from the podcast I was listening on the run. And it's more about growing startups and businesses. if your pitch deck and all the process already like 70%, and there are things that you can tweak and you can change, that's okay, and everybody has that. There is, you know, it takes so much more to get from 70% to 100% than from 0 to 70. It takes so much more iterations and changes and money and investment that it's no longer reasonable. I'm not the expert in that, but I do take part in building the app, and I see that iterations later on are far more complex than just starting out. So if you can, that's the next insight also. Let me find that. Go for, if you can, go for the no. Go out there and try to get rejected. Learn, fall that many times, it gets impossible to lose. And it's so true. If you are going for sales, I understand I have a problem right now with lead generation with the agency, and yesterday, as I said, I cancelled, not fired, not cancelled, but paused lead generation specialist who worked on us, for us, and what's happening with that. I understand that we like the volume, we like the consistency, and we just have to go out there, place our offer, get rejected so many times that it is impossible for us to fail again, right? If you are working that hard, if you are being that consistent, if you are pressing on the volume, how is it even possible for you to fail anymore? And also, you lose this tension of failure. For the first time you fail, for the second time, and maybe if you can count that on your hand, it's hard to fail. But when you fail for 100th time, you're gonna like, okay, that's not a big deal. And I caught myself, I recently had a conversation with a friend, not recently, last month, and we were talking about our sales, and one of the clients rejected us. And I was telling that like a regular thing. I'm like, well, yeah, we're not that big of a company. We're just 3 designers yet, and maybe we won't be able to like cover the whole scope of work, as he's saying. And my friend got really sad. Like, aren't you sad that people are rejecting you? And she tried to figure stuff out and everything. I accepted that. I was okay with the rejection, and I think that yeah, I got rejected a lot of time in my life, and I think that just matter of volume and going out there, getting rejected is the secret. Another insight for today: dream really big and start really small. That's an easy one. No, not everybody understands in practice what it means. It's a bit vague. Dream really big, so we all can set really high goals, but sometimes somewhere in the way we might trade them off for something more comfortable, for something that's a bit simpler. Like, we won't hold on to that dream, and we won't do the steps long enough together. We'll just settle for 20% of that goal or 30% of that goal, which is everybody's choice. But what about starting small and doing really small things? That's like this 10K. I was really upset, and I didn't believe if I can make this 100 day of monk mode. So even I was not sure if I can reach the smallest goals. So I just started by crossing out the smallest things that would give me this belief and self-respect that I can do this. This 10K is like the smallest thing I can do that would give me the self-respect and believe in myself enough to go off for sales and for growing social media. So yeah, I did start really small. It's hard to focus on one thing, and cutting dopamine really helps. So the thing I struggled with the most for the last months is, I am not diagnosed, but I do believe that I do have ADHD. And it's pretty huge, because I would work on one task for a minute and then would switch to totally different task, and then I have like, you know, a big dream, and there are many tasks and problems, and I would be switching between them, not having any progress anywhere, and I would just be really on a high frequency. How do people say that? and I went nowhere. Like, I achieved nothing for the past months, and I was really upset about it. So here, when I'm cutting dopamine, I'm actually able to focus on one thing at a time for a bit longer period of time. For example, I'm recording this video for the second time, because the first time I got ruined with all the noises out here, and maybe even for the second time you hear a lot of weird noises. But well, if I would be recording that video a month back, I wouldn't record that. I would be so impatient. I would be so irritated with everything. They would just cut the video right there where it stopped, and I would post that. Now I care just a little bit more about the quality, but we'll see where that would take me. So yeah, focusing on one thing at a time and on one small thing at a time is pretty valuable, and it's important skill that I learned and I'm learning with this dopamine detox. And one more insight that is linked to the dopamine. I think that on day number 5, I am no longer sad after going out or like partying. I am no longer have a lot of thoughts in my head. I am pretty clear, like my mind is quiet and my mind is clear, and I'm set with a goal, and I know what I'm doing, I know what I'm going. I'm more confident in that. Maybe that's because of this run. I don't know, but I'm not like sometimes people feel sad when they are going to bed and do not want to wake up because they know they're gonna have a bad day. So far I know that we are just getting at a slower, we are walking at the slower speed at the agency, but we are walking really with sure steps. So I am excited about everything, and I know we're gonna get there. The next insight, let me see. People are not buying first or best brands, they buy different. I was listening to a podcast about launching new businesses, and many people feel unsure whether they should start another business in the niche that already exists. Like there is Nike already and Adidas, and if you're launching new sneakers brand, well, you might not be able to survive. But if you look at the market, there are so many other brands with Reebok, with Puma, with there are also brands that are specialized in running shoes or in trekking shoes, or they are just for walking, or they are just stylish Yeezys, or like there are so many different niches, so many different iterations, that it doesn't have to be innovation every time when you are launching the business. It just has to be different. It just has to be unique, true to yourself, and iterated. That's what we work with branding when we having first like discovery session with our client. We would ask them, what is your uniqueness? And when clients do not have uniqueness, oh my god, it's so loud out here. When clients do not have uniqueness, it's really hard to work with them. And we rejected a client once who didn't have uniqueness. That was a dating app, and they would come to us. They would be just smaller, a bit worse version of Tinder. And I would ask them, don't make this second video fail, please. So I would ask them, dating app, how they are different from Tinder. Like, what is their uniqueness? They are small, they are not professional, they are of lower quality, but maybe there is something, like some tiny bean that makes them really special. They had nothing to say. Maybe the origin, the location, the genders are they're targeting, some special features, anything. But they had no answer, and we didn't work with them, just because there is no unique product, there is no iteration in the product, and you cannot fix it just with packaging, just with positioning and branding. Branding is cool and strategy is cool, and I respect this niche. I work in this niche. We are all about branding, but having unique product first is important. And there is room to uniqueness. Just take like 2 hours, really, maybe even 1 hour without your phone to think how your product can be unique, and you're gonna come up with that. The next insight: doing this all alone won't get you far. Yes, I see that. when I'm hitting this pause with the agency. Less brand designers are working with me because they are working mostly on a project basis. So me with the strategy and this whole thinking, lead generation and sales, right now I'm alone right now with that. I do have like people who are engaged in that on different stages of our agency, but not as of today, which is sad, and I understand that, and I should be including more people. The time would be right in a couple of weeks. So it's also a bit pressing issue, and I'm a bit stressed out that I'm here alone, and it might be lonely sometimes working like without the team to share the lows and the highs. But well, that's the beauty of being an entrepreneur, and that's the strengths of being able to endure the uncertainty as like for the longest, longer than other people. Those people who have stability and corporate job have this lower tolerance of uncertainty. The next insight: business is always personal. More people land jobs through referrals if they have personal connections in the company. More people invest in companies to which they feel connected, or if they know the founders. And it's exactly like that. I saw that I can just always limit and set the clear boundary between personal and business. And I always felt super professional with my team, and I would not go into anything personal. Like here also, these videos, I know that this maybe is not right thing to do for me to record all these like personal achievements on the agency account, etc. But I don't want to start in other accounts. I want to be focused here. I want to connect with you, like really like focus and be all here. And this monk mode is also personal, but it is the whole representation of how things are going in the business, and whether you're an organized person, whether you know which decisions to make, which next steps to take, and it's always personal. It comes out like that. Really, business isn't that, up to the book, up to the rule all the time. Business are just real people having relations all the time, interacting all the time, selling and buying stuff, collaborating, and that's personal, pretty much. And these are all the insights for today. Yeah, the last one I had is just my mind is as calm as it can be on the day 5, and I'm really glad that monk mode is finally working. Now I gotta go and do some work, because I've been like cleaning, running, recording videos, and doing all the different stuff, running errands, but not doing the actual work. See you tomorrow, guys, and I hope I'm gonna bring you more achievements and more wins. Bye.